Dear students, all of you are warmly welcome to the second class of Strength of Materials. In this class, we will solve the questions which were asked earlier in the GATE, IES and IAS exam. We will also discuss consent theory in parallel with the questions. Beginning with the first question, which asks, a block of steel is loaded by a tangential force on its top surface while the bottom surface is held rigidly. The deformation of the block is due to. So in this question, it is asking about suppose this is a block, it is resting on any surface and this bottom surface of this block is rigidly fixed. So if a tangential force acts on the top surface, then the deformation of the block is due to, so see there is only this tangential force will work as a shear force only. Okay, so the answer will be A, due to shear only. Whatever the deformation of the block will come is due to shear only. The next question is, a shaft subjected to a torsion experiences a pure shear stress tau on the surface. The maximum principal stress on the surface, which is at 45 degree to the axis, will have a value. So we know how to calculate the maximum principal stress. See, this is the formula. So here from formula we can see the how to calculate the maximum principal stress. So if we write the equation for maximum principal stress, so this will be the formula for maximum principal stress. So here see, the angle is 45 degree, so theta will be 45. Okay, and here a shaft subjected to torsion experience this shaft is subjected only a pure shear stress. Okay, pure shear stress, it means sigma x is equal to sigma y is equal to 0. It means there will be no direct stress. Okay, and there will be only this shear stress tau xy, tau xy. Okay, so we can write sigma theta or sigma at 45 degree. See, this will be 0. Why? Because sigma x and sigma y, there will be no sigma x sigma y, so this will be 0. This will again 0. So remaining term will be only this tau xy sine 2 theta. So here tau xy theta is given as 45 sine 2 into 45 degree. Okay, so it may be it will be equal to tau xy sine 90, which will be 1. It means the answer will be only tau x by, but we need to write in term of sine and cos. So from here we can write sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta into cos theta. Okay, and this will be tau xy. The value of tau xy is what? Tau. So the required answer will be this. Okay, match option number D is the right answer. The next question is the number of components in a stress tensor defining a stress at a point in 3 dimensions. So it is asking about the what is the total number of stress tensor, okay, in 3D. So we know, suppose this is a block. So there will be sigma x, sigma y and sigma z will be direct stress on this block, and there will be again the shear stress. Okay, tau xy, tau yz and tau zx. So total number of stress tensor are 6. 3 plus 3. Okay, total number is 6. So 6 will be the right answer. Option number C will be the correct answer for this question. The next question is, a body is subjected to a pure tensile stress of 100 units what is the maximum shear produced in the body at same oblique plane due to the above? So it is asking about the maximum shear. Okay, so we know the formula for maximum shear, which is here it is written. So see the formula, this one, tau max. This is the formula for maximum shear stress. Okay, so here there will be only tensile stress 100 units. Okay, so there will be sigma x equal to 100. Okay, and there will be no sigma y. In this question, sigma y is not given, so it will be 0. And also, this shear stress is not subjected in this body, so tau xy is also 0. How we got this value 0, 0? Because it is not given in the question. In the question, it is saying that this body is subjected to a pure tensile stress only. Okay, that's why sigma x equal to 100 and the remaining sigma y and tau xy will be 0. So if we put this value in this equation, so we can get tau max equal to root over 100 minus 0 by 2 to the square plus 0 square. So it will be 50 units. So option number C is the right answer for this question. See the next question. When the two principal stresses are equal and like, the resultant stress on any plane is. So in the previous slide we have seen the formula for the resultant stress. So here is the formula, which is sigma theta. Okay, sigma theta, it is the resultant stress. Okay, sigma theta. So we will use this formula. So while solving all this question, you need very few formula, only 2 or 3 formula. Okay, that is important in this chapter, and those formula you will have to remember. So out of those, this is the one set of formula. Okay, so sigma theta we need to calculate here. So here it is saying that the two principal stresses are equal and like, means two principal stresses means sigma x and sigma y, and these are equal and like. So sigma x equal to sigma y. Equal means this equal means magnitude. Okay, and like means its nature, whether it will be tensile or whether it will be compressive. Okay, like means both the principal stresses will tensile or both the principal stresses will be compressive. Okay, so equal means magnitude and like means this nature of the stress. So here sigma x equal to sigma y, and shear stress is not given, so we can assume tau xy equal to 0. So now need to calculate resultant stress, so sigma theta. So put this value, sigma theta equal to sigma x plus sigma y, which is equal, suppose this is sigma, so sigma plus sigma by 2 plus the sigma x minus sigma means sigma minus sigma, so this term will be 0 because this sigma minus sigma, so the whole term will be nullified, and it is not given, so it will also be 0. So you have only this sigma plus sigma by 2, it means this will be sigma only. Okay, so we can write the resultant stress will be the equal to the principal stress. Option number A will be the right answer for this question. Here in this question, a material element subjected to a plane state of stress such that the maximum shear stress is equal to the maximum tensile stress would correspond to. Okay, so in this there are 4 figures and we need to verify in which figure this condition is satisfying, that is tau max, this condition is satisfying, maximum shear stress is equal to the maximum tensile stress, means this tau max will be sigma. Okay, so we need to check one by one figure. So here, first of all, see the formula for tau max. Tau max equal to what? In the previous formula we have seen tau max in absence of shear stress, we can write the tau max equal to sigma x minus sigma y by 2. Okay, if there will be shear stress, then we will just add here, it will be a square plus tau x square, okay, and under root over. Okay, so in the case of absence of shear stress, we can write this formula only. So here tau max will be what? Sigma x means there will be only sigma. Okay, there is sigma y equal to 0. So tau max equal to sigma by 2 for this. So it is not satisfying this condition. The next, this tau max is equal to sigma x. Sigma x is what? Sigma 1, and sigma y is what? Sigma 1 again. So sigma minus sigma 0 by 2. So it will be 0. Okay, so it is also not satisfying this condition. So it will also be not answer. The next, this body is not in equilibrium, because see there is a resultant force in the y direction. So this formula will not applicable here. So it is also not. So just check the final option, which is tau max equal to sigma x. Sigma x is what? Sigma 1, correct? Minus, this is compressive in nature. Okay, so always remind, we take tensile stress as positive and compressive stress is negative. Okay, you can also assume tensile as negative and compressive as positive. Okay, but whatever you will assume, it will be constant throughout the questions. So here this is compressive in nature, so it will be minus sigma 1 by 2. So sigma 1 plus sigma 1 by 2. So it will be 2 sigma 1 by 2, means it will be sigma 1 only. So here we can see this tau max is equal to the principal stress, which is satisfying this condition which is asking in the question. So option number D will be the right answer for this question. This was the formula which we have used. Option number D will be the right answer for this question. The next question, the state of stress at a point in a loaded member is shown in this figure. Okay, so now we need to calculate the maximum shear stress. So already in the previous formula we just saw the what is the formula for maximum shear stress. This is tau max is equal to this one. This is the formula. Okay, we will use this formula to find the answer for this. Here sigma x is given. This is sigma x is equal to minus 40. Sigma y is equal to given 40, and tau xy is given as 30 MPa. Okay, all are in MPa. Okay, so tau max will be equal to, see this formula, we will use this formula, root over sigma x, sigma is minus 40, sigma y minus this minus 40 by 2 to the square plus tau square xy. Tau x is what? 30 square. So it will be root over 40 square plus 30 square. Just calculate this, you will get 50 megapascal. Okay, so the right option will be option number C. The next question, a solid circular shaft of diameter 100 mm is subjected to an axial stress of 50 megapascal. Okay, it is further subjected to a torque of 10 kilonewton meter. The maximum principal stress experienced on the shaft is closest to. So in this question, we need to calculate the maximum principal stress. Okay, so to calculate this maximum principal stress, we need two stresses. The first stress is what? Sigma x and sigma y, and the second is what? Shear stress. So here the sigma x is given. Okay, the sigma x and sigma y is given. A solid shaft of diameter 100 mm is subjected to an axial stress, means this is sigma x. Okay, and sigma y is not given, so we will take sigma y equal to 0. Now torque is given. Okay, this is torque, and we need to we need shear stress. Okay, tau. So remember there was the equation between tau and this torque and shear stress. Just remember what was the equation? That was, see, torsion equation. In the theory class we have read this torsion equation. we also read the how this equation came, means the proof. So by using this torsion equation, we can calculate the shear stress. So here T is what? 10 kilonewton. 10 by J. J is the polar moment of inertia of this circular shaft. So we know J is what? Pi d4 by 32 is equal to shear stress, this shear stress tau by R. So R is what? R is the distance from this CG centroid to the maximum fiber, the farthest fiber, okay, extreme fiber R. So extreme fiber will be what? D by 2. So here this 10 by this 2 will be cancelled by 16. So and D, it will be D3. So pi dq by 16 is equal to tau. Okay. So the value of D is what? 100 mm. Okay. So just calculate it. Solve this. You will get 10 by pi d what? 100 mm means 0.1 meter cube divided by 16. Okay, by shear stress. So by calculating it, you will get shear stress as 50.93 into 10 to the power 6 megapascal. Okay. So this will be shear stress. Now we have the value of shear stress and sigma x, sigma y. So just put this all these three value in the principal stress. We know we need to calculate this principal stress, means we will use this formula. So sigma is equal to what? Sigma x plus sigma y. Sigma x is given 50 MPa and sigma y is not given, so it will be 0 by 2 plus, this is asking about the maximum principal stress, na? So maximum will be sigma 1. Okay, there will be this equation leads to two principal stress, maximum and minimum. Okay, so this when we use this plus sign, it will give the maximum principal stress, and when we use this negative sign, it will give sigma 2, that is minimum principal stress. Okay, so sigma 1 equal to, here sigma x is given 50, sigma y is 0 by 2. Next, under root sigma x is what? 50 minus 0 by 2 square plus tau square xy. Tau we just calculated, tau is this 50.93. Okay, so see here all these units are given in megapascal, so it will also be this 50.93 megapascal. So square it of it. Now solve this equation, you will get the value of sigma 1. Okay, just calculate this. If you calculate this, solve this this calculation, you will get sigma 1 as 81.73 megapascal. Okay, in round figure we can write 82 megapascal. So option number B will be the right option. So the next question is, in a biaxial stress problem, the stresses in x and y direction are given. Okay, sigma x and sigma y are given. Need to calculate the maximum principal stress. Just in the previous question, we use the same formula. Okay, again use the same formula to calculate the maximum principal stress. Here, this is sigma x and sigma y are given. Also written biaxial stress problem. So this will be 0 for this equation. Okay, so we can write sigma 1 because it is asking about the maximum principal stress. So we will write sigma 1 only. Sigma x is what? 200 plus here sigma y, that is 100 by 2 plus root over sigma x is what? 200 minus sigma y is what? 100 by 2 square, and this shear stress will be 0 because there is no shear stress in this question. Okay, so just calculate it. It will give you 200 plus 100 means 150 plus 200 minus 100 means 100 by 2, that is 50. So your the required answer will be 200 MPa, megapascal. Option number D will be the right answer for this question. This will not C, it is by mistake, it will be option number D. Okay, option number D will be the right answer. This is not, this is wrong. This option number D will be the right answer, 200 megapascal. The next question is the maximum principal stress for the stress shown in this figure. Okay, so what will be the maximum principal stress for this figure? So principal stress, just now we see the formula. We'll use the formula maximum principal stress, that is this formula. Okay, you are observing that again and again we are using the same formula only. Okay, so in this chapter principal stress and strain, there are only 3-4 formula which you have to remember. Okay, on this formula only the maximum question is being asked in the exams. Okay, so now calculate the maximum principal stress, that is sigma 1. Sigma 1 is equal to sigma x plus sigma y. Here written sigma x is this sigma and sigma y is also sigma. So sigma plus sigma by 2 plus root over the sigma x minus sigma y, that is sigma minus sigma by 2 square plus this shear stress square. Okay, shear stress is also given tau square. So solve it. This will be what? Sigma plus sigma by 2, that is sigma, plus this will be 0 and this will sigma square. So root and square will be cancelled. The final will be sigma, that is 2 sigma. So we'll get the answer B as right option. The next question is the normal stresses at a point are given, that is sigma x and sigma y is given. The shear stress, that is tau xy, is also given 4 megapascal. The maximum principal stress at this point. So same formula. This one sigma 1. Okay, so maximum principal stress means sigma 1. So sigma x is what? 10 plus sigma y, that is 2 by 2 plus root over sigma x is 10. This is sigma s and sigma y. 10 minus 2 by 2 square plus tau x square. Tau is given as shear stress 4 megapascal, 4 square. This will be 10 plus 2, that is 12 by 2. This is 6 plus root over 10 minus 2, that is 8 by 2, 4 square plus 4 square. Okay, so this will be 6 plus 4 root 2. Just solve this. Okay, just solve this, you will get 11.66 megapascal. So the nearest option is what? This 11. Okay, so option number C is the right answer for this question. The next question is, in a Mohr circle, the radius of the circle is taken as. So we know while reading in the Mohr circle, what is the radius? Radius is option number A, it is given, that is sigma x minus sigma y by 2 square plus tau square xy. You can see this formula and always remember. Suppose you forget what is the radius of the Mohr circle. Okay, it might be occur. So always there is a trick. What is the trick? The radius of the Mohr circle is equal to the shear stress. Okay, in this figure you can see this is the radius, PD is the radius. Okay, so this PD has the value of what? Maximum shear stress, because this y-axis here is representing this shear stress. So in this circle, what is the maximum value of shear stress? This. Okay, so here if we find the distance, it will be what? It will be the radius of this Mohr circle. Means radius of the Mohr circle is always equal to the maximum shear stress, and we know what is the formula for maximum shear stress, that is option number A, sigma x minus sigma y by 2 to the square plus shear stress square. So option number A will be the right answer. Option number A, here will be option number A. This is not. Okay, this is by mistake. Okay, this will be not. Option number A will be the right answer. The next question is, in this question, just read the question. Sigma x, sigma y and tau xy is given. Find the radius of the Mohr circle. So radius of the Mohr circle in the previous question we have discussed. What is the radius of the Mohr circle? Which is the maximum shear stress. And we know the value of maximum shear stress, which is this one. Tau max is equal to what? Root over sigma x minus sigma y2 to the whole square plus tau square xy. Okay. So in this problem, just put the value of sigma x, sigma y and tau xy in this equation. You will get the answer. Okay. So here tau max is radius is what? Radius of the Mohr circle will be sigma x minus sigma y. So sigma x is what? For root over 40 minus 100. 40 minus 100 by 2 square plus tau square xy. Tau is what? 40. 40 square. So this will be 40 minus 100 is what? Minus 60. Minus 60 by 2 what is? Minus 60 by 2 minus 30. So minus, we can write this as 30 square plus 40 square, which is nothing but the 50. So your answer will be 50 megapascal will be the radius of this Mohr circle. Okay, for given this condition. So option number B will be the right answer. Here the next question. The Mohr circle of a plane stress for a point in a body is shown. The design is to be done on the basis of maximum shear stress theory for yielding. Then yielding will just begin if the designer choose a ductile material whose yield strength is what. So we know, we have read the maximum shear stress theory, which is this one. So as per this theory, the sigma 1 minus sigma 2 is equal to what? Sigma y. That is, yield strain is the difference of the principal stresses. So here, if we apply this theory in for this figure, we will write sigma y is equal to what? Sigma 1. Sigma is 1 is what? Minus 10. And minus sigma 2. Sigma 2 is what? Minus 100. So it will be minus 10 plus 100 means 90 megapascal. Option number C will be the right answer for this question. Here the figure shows the state of stress at a certain point in a stress body. The magnitude of sigma x and sigma y are given. Need to calculate the radius of the Mohr circle. Okay. So radius of the Mohr circle is what? Is the value of maximum shear stress. So we know the value of maximum shear stress. In the absence of tau xy, just remember what is the maximum shear stress? That is the sigma x minus sigma y by 2, which is nothing but this only. Okay. So if you in the case of this in the absence of this tau xy, okay, this will be 0. Okay, and this square root and square this cancel. So the final will be what? Sigma x minus sigma y by 2. Okay. So here sigma x is what? Sigma x is given as 100 megapascal. So 100 minus sigma y is what? It is compressive in nature. So it will be minus 20. So minus 20 by 2. It will be what? 100 plus 20. That is 120 by 2. That is 60 MPa. Answer will be C. Option number C. 60 megapascal. The next question is, the state of stress at a point P in a two-dimensional loading is such that the Mohr circle is a point located at 175 megapascal on the positive circle, positive normal stress. So this is the coordinate for Mohr circle. This is what? Normal stress, and this is shear stress. Okay, and in this question it is asking, it is saying that Mohr circle is a point, okay, located at 175 megapascal on the positive normal stress axis, means positive here, and okay, this is the normal stress axis. So on distance of what? 175. Okay, this is 175. Okay, and this Mohr circle is a point. So we know for any, this, suppose this is normal stress and this is shear stress. So if this will be the Mohr circle, so both this point denotes is major principal stresses. This will be this both the points is principal stresses. This maximum value is maximum principal stress, and this is minor principal stress. That is, this is sigma 1 and this is sigma 3. If this circle diminished to a point, then what happened? This sigma 1 equal to sigma 3, and it is given as 175 MPa. So in this question it is asking about the maximum and minimum principal stresses. Okay, so for more circle at a point, this maximum and minimum principal stresses are same, and that is the equal to the distance from the origin. So here it is 175, so answer will be 175 and 175 plus. Why? Because it is given the positive normal stresses. So option number B will be the right answer for this question. Okay, this is not the correct one. This will be not. Okay, this is not. This will be option number B. The next question is asking about the principal strains. Okay, so don't get confused with principal stress and principal strains. Okay, but formula are the almost same for principal stresses and principal strain. There are a slight change. I will tell you what are the changes in both the formula, but almost both the formulas are same. Okay, just replace all the stresses value with the strain. Okay, so for principal stresses, principal strain, use the same formula. Okay, so here only two principal strains are given. Okay, and shear strains are not given, so it will be 0. Okay, and see, it is asking the maximum shear strain. Okay, maximum shear strain, na? This is shear strain, so we will see this formula, okay, so this will be 0. So what will be the maximum shear strain? Gamma theta is what? Okay, this will be the value. So for this Ex minus Ey sine 2 theta, when it will be maximum? When the value of theta is 45 degree. Okay, then it will be 1. This will be 1. So the maximum shear strain is what? Is, okay, a strain in x value minus y value. Okay, so it is given 1000 minus, this is minus 600. So minus 600 into 10 to the power minus 6. So it will be what? Minus 1600 into 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, this is the value of maximum shear strain. Okay, so see here the right option will be C. Okay, this negative sign indicates the only directions. Okay, so option number C will be the right answer for this question. How we calculate the maximum shear strain? By using this formula. Okay, and when it will be maximum? When the value of theta goes to 45 degree. Okay, because this maximum value of sine theta is what? 1. The next question is, if a prismatic bar be subjected to an axial tensile stress sigma, then shear stress induced on a plane inclined at theta with the axis will be. Okay, in this question it is asking about there will be only tensile stress sigma. So what will be the shear stress? So use this formula. Okay, so we can write, in this question this prismatic bar is subjected to only axial tensile stress, means, and this is asking about the shear stress, na, so we will use this formula. Okay, and here only axial tensile stress is subjected on this bar, so this will be 0. Why? Because shear stress will be 0. There is not mentioning about the shear stress, so we will take tau xy as 0. And in this question it is also saying that this bar is subjected to only axial tensile stress. Okay, so axial tensile stress means sigma x, so sigma x is what? Sigma, and sigma y is not given, so we will take it as 0 by 2 sine 2 theta. So it will be sigma by 2 sine 2 theta. Option number C here, option number A will be the right answer for this question. Okay, got it? In case of any confusion, you can comment and ask me, or you can directly email me for the any clarification or any query regarding the same. The next question, in the case of biaxial state of normal stresses, the normal stress on 45-degree plane is equal to what? Okay, so here these are the formula. It is asking about the normal stress. In this question, it is asking about the normal stresses at 45 degree. So we will use this formula. Okay, and in this question, it is also said that is biaxial state of normal stresses. Okay, only sigma x and sigma y. It means this tau xy is 0. Correct. Now it is asking for 45 degree. So cos 2 into 45 means cos 90. So cos 90 is what? 0. So this term will also be 0. So the remaining term is only this sigma x plus sigma y by 2. Okay. So what will be the normal stress at 45 degree? It will be the summation of this normal stresses by 2. Okay. So in this option, see which is the correct option? We can see that half the sum of the normal stresses. Option number C will be the right answer for this question. The next question is asking a point in two-dimensional stress state is subjected to a biaxial stress as shown in this figure. The shear stress acting on the plane AB. Okay, so here we will use the same formula. This one. Here it is asking about the shear stress. So we will use this formula for shear stress. So for any theta, okay, and it in this figure, in this state stress state, there is no shear stress. So here this will be 0. So only we will have this one, okay. And here this sigma x is what? Sigma. Sigma y is what? Sigma by 2 sine 2 theta. So sigma minus sigma, that is 0. So this will be 0. So the correct option will be A, 0. Okay. The next question, sigma x and sigma y is given as sigma and there is no shear stress because tau xy is given as 0. Now it is asking about the normal stress on the plane inclined at 45 degree. So the formula is what? These are the formula. For normal stress, we will use this one, sigma theta. So here tau xy is 0. Tau xy means this, so this term will be 0. Sigma x and sigma y is sigma x and sigma y are equal. So sigma x and sigma y are equal. So this will also be 0. Okay. So remaining there will be only this term. So the normal stress sigma theta is what? Sigma x and sigma y is equal. That is sigma. So sigma plus sigma by 2, which is nothing but the sigma only. So option number A will be the right answer. The next question, a body is subjected to a pure tensile stress of 100 units. What is the maximum shear produced in the body at some oblique plane due to the above? So I think you have remembered the formula, this one, sigma, shear stress. Okay, maximum shear stress produced. So this will be obviously 0 because in this question there is no shear stress given. Okay, and it is asking, it is saying that the body is subjected to a pure tensile stress only. Okay, no shear stress. So this will be 0. And it is asking about the maximum shear stress. So when the shear stress will be maximum, when this value will be maximum, and the maximum value of sine 2 theta is 1. Okay. So here sigma x is given 100 and sigma y is not given. That is, so we will take sigma y as 0 by 2. So the shear stress will be what? 50 units. Option number C will be the right answer. In this question, in a strained material, one of the principal stresses is twice the other. Okay, it means sigma 1 is what? Sigma x is equal to 2 sigma y. The maximum shear stress in the same case is T max. Then what is the value of maximum principal stress? Okay, so it is very simple question. First of all, just note down the given data. What is the given? It is given that one of the principal stress is twice the other. So we can write sigma x is equal to 2 sigma y. And the next condition is what? The maximum shear stress means tau max is the same in the same case is T max. Okay, T max. So it is asking about the maximum principal stress means sigma x we need to calculate. So here if we use this formula, okay. So here in this question the shear stress is not given, so we will just take it as 0. So maximum shear stress is what? Tau max is equal to, this will be also 1 for maximum shear stress, sin 2 theta is 1. Okay, theta is 45 degree. Sigma x minus sigma y by 2. T max is given, tau max is given, that T maximum. Okay, and sigma x minus sigma y. So sigma y, we can write sigma y equal to what? Sigma x by 2 minus sigma x by 2 by 2. So it will be sigma x by 4. Okay, this will be sigma x by 2 by 2, that is sigma x by 4. So sigma x is what? 4 T max. Okay, this will be the condition. So here the maximum value of this principal stress, the value of maximum principal stress is what? 4 times of maximum shear stress, 4 T max. Option number C will be the right answer. Here, just read the question, try to solve it. In a strained material, normal stresses on two mutually perpendicular planes are sigma x and sigma y, both alike. Alike means the directions are different. If one is tensile, the another will be compressive. Okay, accompanied by a shear stress tau xy. So one of the principal stress will be 0 only if. So first of all, just write the formula for principal stress, which is this one. So in this question, it is given that one of the principal stress will be 0. So if we use this formula, okay, this formula, so sigma 1 by 2, 1 or 2 is, suppose this 0, because given one of the principal stress is 0. So if we take sigma 1, okay, then we will take this as positive. Sigma x plus sigma y by 2. So sigma x, this here you can see in a strained material, normal stresses on two mutually perpendicular planes are sigma and sigma y, both alike. Okay. So sigma x and sigma y. So sigma x plus sigma y by 2. Okay. Plus root over sigma x minus sigma y 2. Sigma x minus sigma y by 2 square plus tau square xy. So here tau xy is what? Tau xy. Okay. Correct. So it is 0. So you can write from here sigma x plus sigma y by 2 is equal to root over sigma x minus sigma y by 2 to the square plus tau square xy. Further, if this root will be here, then what will happen? Sigma x plus sigma y by 2 square is equal to sigma x minus sigma y by 2 square plus tau square xy. Okay, further if you solve it, you will get this tau xy, this sigma x into sigma y is equal to tau square xy. Okay, so finally tau xy will be what? Root over sigma x into sigma y. Okay, this will be the condition. Okay, so here you can see which option is the correct, satisfying this one. This will be option number C. Okay, so option number C will be the right answer for this question. Okay, in this question it is asking about there are sigma x, sigma y and tau xy. Okay, and it was saying that the principal stresses will be 0. Okay, so we just use this formula and just further solving, we got this relationship between the shear stresses and um, this principal stresses. Okay. The next question is, the principal stresses sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma 3 at a point are given. What is the maximum value of shear stress? So I hope that after using those formula again and again, you have remembered the value of maximum shear stress is what? Tau max is equal to sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2. Sigma 1 is what? Major principal stress. This is minor, okay, or minimum. This is maximum value sigma 1 and this is minimum, okay. So what is the maximum value here? 80 minus sigma 2 is the minimum. So minimum is what? Minus 40 by 2. So it will be what? 80 plus 40, that is 120 by 2, that is 60 megapascal. 60 megapascal. Option number D is the right answer. See, this was the formula. Here, since tau square xy is not given, so it will be nullified, this term. This is not given, so it will be 0. And this square root and the square will be cancelled. So remaining, we will have this one, this formula only. Option number D will be the right answer. Next question. Plane stress at a point in a body is defined by principal stresses 3 sigma and sigma. The ratio of normal stress to the maximum shear stress on the plane of maximum shear stress. Okay. So what will be the ratio of normal stress to the maximum shear stress on the plane of maximum shear stress? So first of all, for maximum shear stress, what is the value of theta? Theta will be 45 degree. See, this is the formula. Here only this principal stresses are given and the shear stresses are not given. So it will be 0. And it is saying that on the plane of maximum shear stress. So for maximum shear stress, this should be 1. So theta will be 45 degree. So tau theta or maximum shear stress will be what? Sigma x minus sigma y. Sigma x is given 3 sigma. This is sigma x, and sigma, this is sigma y. So sigma x means 3 sigma minus sigma y. Sigma y is what? Sigma by 2. 3 sigma minus sigma, that is 2 sigma by 2, that is will be sigma only. Now find the normal stress, sigma theta. Sigma theta is what? This will be 0. And for theta equal to 45 degree, this cos 2 theta will be what? Cos 90. So it will be again 0. So the whole term will be 0. So remaining will be this one only, sigma x plus sigma y by 2. So sigma x is what? 3 sigma plus sigma y is what? Sigma by 2. So sigma theta, this normal stress or 45 degree will be what? 3 sigma plus sigma, that is 4 sigma by 2 will be 2 sigma. So it is asking the ratio of normal stress, this sigma theta by tau theta, and both are at the maximum, that is at 45 degree. So sigma at 45 degree comes 2 sigma and shear stress at 45 comes sigma. So it will be 2 only. Option number B will be the right answer. Option number B will be the right answer for this question. The next question, principal stresses at a point in a plane stressed element are sigma x, sigma y are given. Normal stress on the plane inclined at 45 degree to the x-axis will be what? So, first of all, this is the formula. The same formula we are using again and again, because in this question, chapter, there are only, I have already told, there are only 3 to 4 formula which you have to remember for solving any kinds of question from this chapter. Okay. So this we need to calculate the normal stress. So that is sigma theta at 45 degree. Okay. And here this shear stress is not given, that is tau xy is not given. So we can ignore this term. This will be 0. And this theta equal to 45. So cos 2 theta means cos 90 degree, which is equal to 0. So this term will be 0. So remaining we will have only this sigma x plus sigma y by 2. So normal stress at 45 degree is what? Sigma x plus sigma y. Sigma x is what? 500 plus 500. Sigma y is also 500 by 2, that is 500 only. Okay. Kg per centimeter square. Option number B will be the right answer. Correct. So proceed to the next question, which is, if the principal stresses corresponding to a two-dimensional state of stress are sigma 1 and sigma 2, and sigma 1 is greater than sigma 2, and both are tensile, then which one of the following would be the correct criterion for failure by yielding according to the maximum shear stress criterion? We have discussed in the previous slide, or again I am saying you, this, as per this maximum shear stress criterion, this yielding stress is nothing but the difference of the maximum and minimum principal stresses, or the difference of principal stresses. That is, if we write this by 2 and by 2, okay. So option number A will be the right answer. Okay. These are the theory. Sigma 1 minus sigma by 2 is equal to sigma y by 2. Okay, option number A is the right answer. Next, try to solve this question. Maximum and minimum principal stresses. That is sigma theta again asking. So, these are the formula. Okay. So, it is asking about the maximum and minimum principal stress. That is sigma 1, 2. Okay. So, first of all, this, what is the sigma 1, 2? Sigma 1, 2. Sigma 1, 2 is what? Sigma x plus sigma y 2. So, sigma x is 50 given. Sigma y is minus 10. This is compressive in nature, so it will be minus 10. This will be minus 10. And tau xy is 40. So, sigma x is what? 50 plus sigma y. Sigma y is what? Minus 10 by 2. Correct? Plus minus. Plus for maximum and minus for minimum. So, it will be, right now for the time being, write both the sign plus minus. Next, sigma x is what? 50 minus this minus 10 square by 2 plus shear stress square, that is 40 square. So it will be 50 plus minus 10 means 40. 40 by 2, that is 20, plus minus root over this 50 plus 10, that is 60 by 2, that is 30 square plus 40 square, which is nothing but the 50 square. 20 plus minus 50. Okay, this is sigma 1, 2. So sigma 1 is equal to 20 plus 50, that is 70, and sigma 2 is what? 20 minus 50, that is 30. Okay, it means 70 is in tensile and 30 is in compressive. So see the formula, it will be 70 and 30 MPa. Okay, sign is not given because it is asking about only the magnitude. Okay, so just take this sigma 1, this is tensile stress and this is compressive in nature. So option number D will be the right answer. The next question, normal stresses of equal magnitude P but of opposite signs act at a point of a strained material, okay, in a perpendicular direction. What is the magnitude of the resultant normal stress on a plane inclined at 45 degree? Okay, so these are the formula. Here only normal stresses are given, shear stress is not mentioning, so this term will be 0. Theta is 45, so cos 2 theta is what? Cos 90. 2 into 45, that is cos 90. So this will be 0 because cos 90 is 0. So remaining term will be only this one. So sigma at 45 degree will be what? Will be normal stresses of equal magnitude P. Okay, equal magnitude P. Okay, but of opposite signs. Okay, so sigma x is what? P plus sigma y is opposite of this sigma x, that is minus p by 2, which will be p minus p by 2, that is 0. Option number D is the right answer. The next question, it is asking about the maximum shear stress. So first of all, remember the formula for maximum shear stress. These are the formula. Okay, now in this question, sigma x and tau xy is given and sigma y is 0. Okay, and maximum shear stress. So use this formula. So tau max is equal to root over sigma x is what, 100 minus sigma y is what, 0 by 2 square, it is 0. Okay, plus tau square xy, that is 100 square, which will be root over 50 square plus 100 square. Okay, it means 50 square common 1 plus 4, that is 50 root over 5 kgf per centimeter square. It is the unit, same unit. So the answer will be 50 root 5. That is option number C is the right answer. The next question is, at a point in a two-dimensional stress system, sigma x, sigma y and tau xy is given. What is the radius of the Mohr circle? So, what is the radius of the Mohr circle? Radius of the Mohr circle is the maximum shear stress. And the formula for maximum shear stress is this one. So, tau max is equal to, these are the formula. Sigma x is given 100. Sigma y is what? 40 is given by 2 a square plus tau square xy. Tau square xy is given what? 40 a square. It will be 100 minus 40, which is 60 by 2, that is 30 square plus 40 square. Okay, it will be 50. The answer will be 50 Newton per millimeter square. So in this question, it is given about a scale. Okay, 1 centimeter is equal to 10. Okay, so 10 Newton per millimeter square equal to 1. So 50 is equal to what? 5 centimeter. So the answer will be, we can write, if we use this scale, so we can write is as 5 centimeter. Okay, why? Because 10 Newton per millimeter square is equal to 1 centimeter. So 50 Newton per millimeter square is what? 5 centimeter. So option number C is the right answer, 5 centimeter. The next question is, consider a two-dimensional state of stress given for an element as shown in the diagram this. Okay, what are the coordinate of the center of Mohr circles? Okay, so always remember, in the absence of shear stress, the center of Mohr circle, the coordinate of the center of Mohr circle is what? Sigma 1 plus sigma 2 by 2 and 0. Okay, this is the coordinate of the center of the Mohr circle. So see, sigma 1 is what? In this figure you can also see. This is the figure for Mohr circle. See the center. This is the figure of Mohr circle. See this. This is the center. This is the center. See, you can see sigma 1 plus sigma 2 by 2. So sigma 1 is what? 200 plus sigma 2 is what? Compressive in nature. So it will be minus 100 by 2. So 200 minus 100. 100 by 2, that is 50. Okay, so coordinate will be 50 comma 0. Because shear stress is not given in this state stress. So option number D is the right option. The next question is, two-dimensional state of stress at a point in a plane, a stressed element is represented by a Mohr circle of zero radius. Zero radius means at a point. So suppose this is the coordinate system. This is the normal stress. This is the shear stress. Okay, it is given this more two-dimensional state of stress at a point in a plane stressed element. Okay, two-dimensional state of stress. It means shear stress is zero. Shear stress is zero. So the Mohr circle will be on this line only, sigma n. Okay, and it is of zero radius, means point. Suppose here it will be here. Okay, here. Okay, so here what will happen? This sigma one is equal to sigma 3 or sigma 2. That is the maximum principal stress and minimum principal stress will be same. So then both principal stresses are of same value, okay, or of equal magnitude and of same sign. Same sign, why? Because this will also at the same point. Either it will be here or it will be here. Either the Mohr circle will be in this side or in this side. But in both the cases, what you can see? You can see the sigma 1 equal to sigma 3, and sign will be whatever the sigma 1 sign is having, the same sign will have the sigma 3. Okay, in both the cases the magnitudes are same and as well as the signs are also same. Okay, so are of equal magnitude of and of same sign. Option number D is the right answer. The next question is, when two mutually perpendicular principal stresses are unequal but like, the maximum shear stress is represented by. Okay, so maximum shear stress we know. In this question, it is asking the answer in term of Mohr circle diameter. Okay, so we know what is the maximum shear stress. It is the radius of the this radius of the Mohr circle. Radius of Mohr circle is what? Maximum shear stress. Okay, so radius is what? Diameter by 2. Half of diameter is the maximum shear stress. So it is asking the maximum shear stress. So we can write the half the diameter of the Mohr circle. Option number B. So this was the formula. Okay. So your answer will be what? Half the diameter of the Mohr circle. Because we know what is the radius of the Mohr circle. Radius of the Mohr circle is the maximum shear stress. Okay. So radius means what? Half of the diameter. So half the diameter of the Mohr circle represent what? Represent the maximum shear stress. Option number B will be the right answer for this question. Here, in the next question, question number 36, a point in a two-dimensional state of strain is subjected to a pure shearing strain of magnitude gamma xy radians. Which one of the following is the maximum principal strain? Okay, so here, these are the formula. Okay, now what will happen? See the formula. So here it is asking about the maximum principal strain. Okay, so which formula we will use? This is asking principal strain. So option number, this formula number 1 we will use. Okay, so here this is here in this situation only pure shearing strain is acting. It means this strain in x direction and y direction are 0. Epsilon x and epsilon y will be 0. So this will be 0. This will also 0. So the remaining term will be this one only. Okay. So it is saying the maximum principal strain. Which one of the following is the maximum principal strain? So epsilon theta maximum will be what? Half gamma xy, and this maximum value of sine 2 theta is what? 1 into 1. So it will be what? Gamma xy by 2. Option number which one? Option number C is the right answer. Okay, because it is asking about the maximum principal strain. So maximum principal strain occurs when the theta will be 45 degree. That is sine 2 theta will be 1. Because maximum value of sine theta is what? 1. The next question is asking about the maximum shear strain. So formula is what? Formula is the maximum shear strain is for this one. Okay. Here principal strains are given. Okay, principal strain, that is epsilon x and epsilon y are given, and gamma xy are not given. So we will assume, we will take gamma xy at 0, that is no shear strain is acting. Okay, so maximum shear strain gamma theta is equal to, first of all, see, this will be epsilon x minus epsilon y sine 2 theta. And when this value is maximum, when the value of sine 2 theta will be maximum, and the maximum value of sine 2 theta is what? 1. So gamma, this maximum shear strain will be epsilon x minus epsilon y only, which is epsilon x is what? 100. This will be 100 minus epsilon y is what? Minus 200. Okay, it will be into 10 to the minus 6. Okay, 10 to the minus 6 are given. So it will be minus 300 into 10 to the power minus 6 strain. Okay, so option number A will be the right answer. Okay, and this negative signs represents only directions. Okay, so the answer will be option number A, 300 into 10 to the power minus 6. The next question is, the principal strains at a point in a body under biaxial state of stress are 1000 are given. Okay, 1000 into 10 to the power minus 6 and minus 600 into 10 to the power minus 6. What is the maximum shear strain? The maximum shear strain, just now we saw the formula for maximum shear strain, that is gamma theta maximum is what? Minus difference of this principal strain minus epsilon x is what given? 1000 minus minus y minus 600 into 10 to the minus 6. So it will be 1000 plus 600, that is minus 1600 into 10 to the minus 6. Okay, so option number D is the right answer. This was the formula we have already discussed for maximum shear strain. Okay, in this question the shear strain is not given, so gamma xy is assumed to be 0. The next question 39. The principal stresses at a point in two-dimensional stress systems are given, sigma 1 and sigma 2, and corresponding principal strains are also given, that is epsilon 1 and epsilon 2. If E and nu denotes Young's modulus and Poisson's ratio respectively, then which one of the following is correct? Okay. So here, first of all, write the formula in terms of this sigma 1. Sigma 1 is what? This maximum principal strength. So what is the formula? This was the formula. Okay. This principal strength in x direction, y direction and z direction. Okay. We can also write this formula in terms of this principal strength. Okay. In terms of sigma x, sigma y and tau xy. Okay. So here we can see this is asking about the sigma 1. So sigma x, that is this one. Okay. So sigma 1 is equal to what? E by 1 minus nu square into epsilon x plus mu into epsilon y. This is the formula. Okay. So here see which one is the right? E minus 1 minus nu square. So this will be option number B will be the right answer. Okay. Remember this formula. Okay. Just always remember this formula. The next question is, the state of stress are given. Okay, in this question the state of stress are given. Find the magnitude of maximum shear stress. So maximum shear stress already discussed. What is the formula? These are the formula for tau max. Okay, so just put the value of concerned this stresses root over sigma x. Sigma is given minus 40. It is in compressive in nature. Minus sigma y. Sigma y is what? 40 tensile in nature by 2 to the square plus tau square x square. Tau square is given 30. So it will be what? 40 minus 40, that is 80 by 2. 40 square plus 30 square, which will give you the 50 MPa. Option number C will be the right answer. The next question is, principal stresses at a point in a stressed solid are given. Principal stresses, that is sigma x and sigma y, are given. The normal stress on plane inclined at 45 degree to the principal plane. So this was the formula. The same formula we are using. Okay. This term will be 0. Why this term will be 0? Because in this question shear stress is not mentioned. It means we will take it as 0. This 45 degree, we need to calculate the normal stresses at 45 degree. Okay. So cos 2 theta will be what? Cos 90, which will be 0. So this term will be 0 again. So finally, this, if we write this normal stresses on planes inclined at 45 degree will be sigma x plus sigma y by 2. Sigma x is what? 400. Sigma y is what? 300 by 2. That is, it will be 400 plus 300 by 2 means 4 plus 3 is 750. That is 350 megapascal on both the planes. Okay. So this will be the right answer. Option number B. Okay. The next question is what? The principal stresses at point in an elastic material are given. 60 tensile, 20 tensile and 50 compressive. If the material properties are mu, this Poisson's ratio given, Young's modulus given, find the volumetric strain. So volumetric strain, for finding the volumetric strain, we need to calculate the strain in each direction, that is x, y and z direction. Then just add all this strain and it will give you the value of volumetric strain. So these are the formula. First of all, we need to calculate strain in x direction, y direction and z direction, and just summation of all this strain will give you the volumetric strain. Okay, so these are the formula. So we can write this sigma v as combined. Okay, this is the combined equation. Okay, the sigma x, this one with this is sigma x, sigma y and sigma z. If you add these three terms, you will get this one. Okay, 1 minus 2 mu by E into sigma x plus sigma y plus sigma z. So here volumetric strain equal to what? 1 minus 2 mu. Mu is given as 0.35 by E. E means what? 10 to the power 5 into sigma x. Sigma x is what? 60 tensile. So it will be plus. Sigma y is what? 20 tensile. This will be also plus. Okay. Now plus sigma z. Sigma z is what? Compressive in nature. So minus 50. So it is what? 1 minus 2 into 0.35. That is 1 minus 2 into 0.35 is what? 0.7 by 10 to the power 5 into 60 plus 20. That is 80. 80 minus 50. 80 minus 50 minus 30. So 1 minus 0.7 is what? 0.3 into 30 by 10 to the power 5. That is 9 by 10 to the power 5. You can write as 9 into 10 to the power 5. 9 into 10 to the power 5. So here you can see this, for this question there is no need to use the calculator. Okay. First of all, try to solve by yourself only. In the case of complicated calculation, then only use the calculator. Otherwise, use just calculate manually by yourself only. Okay. So here you will get the answer as 9 into 10 to the power 5. Option number A is the right answer. Okay. So that was all about this chapter, that is principal stress and strain. Okay. For any doubt, any query, you can ask me through the comment section, as well as you can ask me through my email ID. Okay. So thank you. We will meet in the next class with the different topics. Thank you.